Hi, I'm Brian from Reload, Orange County Reloading Supply in Anaheim. In this place, I teach people how to make ammunition and sell them the stuff to do it with. That's what this shop is all about. When you're brand new to reloading, there's a lot of considerations that come into play. What press do I buy? Should I get a single stage? Should I get a turret? Should I get a progressive? Why would I use one piece of equipment over another? That type of thing. So that's some of the basics that I want to go over with you. First and foremost is the press itself. When you are looking at which one to buy, a couple of things to keep in mind. The volume that I need, maybe say how much ammo do I want to make in a month, and then what kind of precision am I looking to achieve. Am I doing long range F-class work? There's an F-class target up there on the wall. Or am I taking the wife and the kids out? We go out to the range, once a week and we blow through a few thousand rounds through ARs and semi-automatic handguns and whatnot. Maybe I'm cowboy action shooting. Volume is going to be an important part of it. But if I'm typically going to an indoor range and I'm punching holes in a piece of paper at 25 feet in front of me, or some of the cowboy action shooting games where the shots are relatively short, and I'm not going through a ton of it, that can help guide my thinking. So if you have, say, a single stage press, there's lots of them out there. RCBS makes them, Redding, Lee, Lyman, all the major brands they make them. You can do, on an average, when you're brand new, 50 rounds in an hour on a single stage press. When you're brand new, it's probably going to take you an hour to make your first round, but after you kind of get the hang of it, you can move pretty quick through the process. If you need to pick up the pace a little bit and you're looking for a little bit more in the way of convenience, then a turret press. Redding has the T7, there's one behind me on the bench here, and then there's RCBS has one, Lyman's got the T-Mag and whatnot. And the brand is frankly probably less important than when you're thinking about the volume and the convenience that goes along with it. So if you have a turret head that you have a couple of different calibers set on, then all you need to do is in the step number one, you're going to resize and decap. You got a load block over here, size your casings, you do them all, rotate the head over, and now you're going to do step number two. It's more convenient that way. You can also have a couple of calibers set up on there, and then if you like, you simply unscrew the head, take that head off, put another head on, and you've got your dies all set up ready to go. You're not constantly like on a single stage press. You screw in a die, you get it set up, test one, okay, now I'm going to lube all my casings, and then I'm going to size all my casings. It's slower that way, but you can also get quite a bit better precision. See, when you're looking at the play that's in the system for any of these loaders, you want the top half of the press and the bottom half to be in perfect alignment. If you have the top is maybe 3, 4, or 5 thousandths over to the side one direction or another, and you're trying to do F-class shooting, and you go to size the casing and it sizes it slightly cocked one way or another, well, that's not going to do you any favors. You want to get your casings sized perfectly straight up and down. And when we look at concentricity, how much wobble, we don't want wobble in our casings or with the bullet that's being seated into the mouth of the casing. We want that perfectly straight up and down. And we're looking for less than 3 thousandths of an inch in runout. So you've got that advantage with more expensive equipment. They tend to pay a little bit closer attention to that alignment. Not that we can't get around it if they aren't perfectly aligned. Lots of ways we can do that. We can make outstanding ammunition with very inexpensive equipment. But frankly, it's nice to have nicer stuff. So a turret press will allow you to pick up the pace to knock out more ammo quicker, and you've got the convenience of not having to constantly reset up your dies, and you've got it all on one head, and you can switch out the heads, and you can just move a lot quicker. If you need volume, the progressive loaders are really the way to go. If you have the wife and the kids and, I don't know, whoever else, you're going out to the range, and once a month you're blowing through 5,000 rounds in a few hours, well, it's probably going to drive you insane to try and make 5,000 rounds a month on a single stage press. At that point, you're going to be looking at a progressive machine. Now, the Dillon 550 and the 650s, the 1050s, the square deals, those are the things. I'm a Dillon dealer. I like blue, so that's the color that I tend to go with the progressive machines. I am not saying that the other guys aren't as good or aren't quality machines. What I am saying is I carry Dillon. Hornaday's got a good press, so does RCBS. And there's other out there that are very good as well. But it's about volume. If you need to crank out the ammo because you're blowing through ARs and semi-automatic handguns, you just need to pick up the pace and do that. Now you hear arguments about if you're brand new, you should not be using a progressive machine. Well, if you're going to be doing, because you want to do load development, you want to experiment. So if, let's say you're going to make some 9mm, and you look in the reloading manual and it says you can use, for example, somewhere between 4 as a minimum charge and 6 grains of gunpowder. Well, the first time off, you don't want to just pick one in the middle, 5 grains, and then make a 500 of them. You want to experiment. So maybe you make 10 with 4 grains, 10 with 4.5, 10 with 5, 10 with 5.5, 10 with 6. You go to the range and you shoot them in that order. Make sure that the gun is going to cycle properly. You don't want to make 500 to find out it's not quite working. Okay? If you only made 10, bang, the gun jams. Okay, no big deal. Bang, bang, get rid of them. You only made 10. Now, you find out which one's going to be grouping the best for you, which one's cycling the gun fine. They're kind of getting kicked off at 4 o'clock. They're not coming right back at your forehead. That's the beauty of all this. You find what is going to specifically meet your criteria, whatever that happens to be. And therein lies the beauty of hand loading. You get what you want, when you want, how you want it, the way you want it.